It is, like I say, it is history. It is nice to come by here. Nobody taking care of it.
Theodore Cooper is not your average camera-toting tourist.
Yes, 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 yes.
The man from Chesterfield drove nearly an hour to see an attraction unlike any other.
I was born here, raised in outside Richmond. Yes, these are my roots, correct.
It was inside this abandoned building where Mr. Cooper took his first breath 71 years ago.
We like to reflect on the good times that you had.
Theodore was born at Richmond Community Hospital on August 14th, 1953.
Doesn't look good at all. Broken windows, a lot of rust.
Built in the 1930s, it served African Americans when the city was largely segregated.
I haven't heard much about it. It's just that I needed to come to see it maybe for the last time.
Abandoned since the 1980s, the building on Overbrook Road has been largely overlooked ever since.
It does bother me. It hurts. It hurts.
But Virginia Union University is reimagining this site next to campus. The school and the Steinbridge Group from Philadelphia, which is investing $40 million in VUU, unveiled plans earlier this year to build 200 market-rate and affordable housing units in a 6-story structure. While the old hospital appears to be on life support, preservationists say the 92-year-old building, dripping with history, is worth saving.
It was part of a broader Black hospital movement that came about at the turn of the century.
Viola Baskerville says demolishing the hospital will dishonor the memory of the trailblazers who made the landmark a reality during Jim Crow and the Depression.
Virginia Union has had the facility. It has been basically neglected. Now is the time for us to make sure that we preserve this piece of history.
I feel like VUU has deliberately left it in shambles as a signal that this building is worthless and needs to be removed.
Historian and Richmond native Selden Richardson, who spearheaded the preservation of the Lee Street Armory, now home to the Black History Museum, says a similar success story awaits here.
When you think about the hundreds and hundreds of Richmonders who first saw the light of day right here on these steps when their parents brought them outside, it's just, it's heartbreaking to think that all this is threatened.
The author, who penned Built by Blacks, scoffs at the plans to demolish most of the hospital while incorporating just the Art Deco facade and bricks into the new construction.
This is classic symptoms of demolition by neglect, where an entity just lets a building fall down and eventually someone says, well, you know, we had to condemn it for public safety.
We've reached out to the school for a comment on their plans. VUU's president, Hakeem Lucas, stated recently that the school is committed to addressing Richmond's housing crisis by providing much-needed affordable housing while preserving the history and legacy of our community. This project is more than just development. It's about creating a sustainable future for Richmond and our students. Since the school's vision for the site was announced, the hospital landed on Preservation Virginia's Most Endangered Historic Places list. The nonprofit Historic Richmond is also sounding the alarm about the hospital's future.
I think this is where knowledge is the best preservation tool. People cannot look away once they know what happened here. They cannot be unconcerned. They cannot be indifferent.
Nothing is 100% confident, but we're going to try. We are going to try as hard as we can.
Richmond-born Viola Baskerville says letters written to the school's leaders have gone unanswered. The preservationist vows not to stay silent.
We hope that an HBCU, a historically Black college, university, can understand the importance of saving another Black historical institution.
In recent days, surveyor sticks and flags have been sprouting at the old hospital site, a sure sign that redevelopment plans are moving forward.
Once you know the history of it, it does speak to you in a very deep and meaningful level, and it would be a travesty to lose it.
Selden Richardson hopes the diagnosis of demolition ultimately proves to be a prognosis of preservation.
Truly, this is a Richmond story and crosses all racial lines. This is a big piece of Richmond's history.
Whatever happens to the old Richmond Community Hospital?
It's kind of hard to explain how things can just be wiped away and you never see them again.
Theodore Cooper is breathing easier, knowing his Kodak moments will live on, even if the site of his birth does not.
I got my pictures, thank you. Yes, I do, thank you. I sure do. I will cherish them.
For I Have a Story.
It's a part of history. It is a part of history.
I'm Greg McQuaid, CBS 6 News.